Today we're going to be talking about a cool little battery-operated cordless soldering pen. I did reach out to FNIRSI and I asked them to send us to the channel so that we could take a look at it, and they did. Right off the bat, we're presented with a semi-soft case. Inside that case, you're going to find 3 different types of tips, a USB A to C charging cable, a little screwdriver, a couple of screws. These hold the battery compartment door closed. It's nice to give you some extra ones. A quick set of instructions, a detailed manual, the soldering pin itself, and a cap for that soldering pin. At first glance, the pin feels really good in my hand. It has a rubber grip down here at the bottom, so when you're holding it, it doesn't feel like it wants to slip. The body is aluminum. There is a digital display on top. We'll come back and visit this in a second, but there's also a dial on the end so you can set the temperature, which is really nice. Located on the end of the pin is a USB-C charging port. Obviously located on the other end is where you would put those tips. It does use a standard 18650 battery, and that is great because that means that in the future, if this battery were to fail, well, you can replace it. That's an easy enough battery to find. And obviously that goes into the end of the pin, and those screws I was talking about are right here. The tips just plug right into the end of the tool. They snap into place. And the cap is designed to put onto the tool even while the tip is hot. It basically magnetically holds itself in place. It's not going to go anywhere, but this would also allow you to take the tool while the tip is hot and put it down on a desk, and well, it kind of protects everything as well. Operating the pin is actually extremely easy. That's one thing I really like about this device. The OK button is also the power button, and the dial on the end, these are quick presets. If you want to fine tune the quick presets, you can just press left or right, or I guess up and down on these arrows. Let's go ahead and turn the pin on. You do that by pressing and holding the OK button. And then once it comes on, you have to press OK again, just as a double confirmation to make sure that you want to turn the device on. Now currently it's set to 480 degrees. The bar is how close it's getting to the target temperature. And as you can see, it's doing it really quickly. That's one thing I've also noticed about this pen is it does heat up really quickly. And if we want to go to the presets down here, we can just flip this dial. So there's 660 degrees Fahrenheit. It's going to bring the temperature up. And then if we want to fine tune it a little bit, we can use these arrows. So let's bring it down to 650. And now the tip of the pin is set to 650 degrees Fahrenheit. I've zoomed in a little bit so we can take a look at the screen. This is the current temperature of the tip. This is the target temperature. So it's set to 650 and we are at 650. We also have a battery meter. We can see how charged that battery is. You can also mute it. And then right here, you can tell if it's trying to lower the temperature, raise the temperature, or if it is where it needs to be. You can change the volume of the beeps. It's got some other little features in there that you can turn on or off, but that's the general overall operation of the pen. It's very basic and very easy to use. But I'm sure by now you're wondering, how well does it actually work? And we're going to find out. I always like to test the soldering iron by trying to, well, do things that I normally do, but I also try to use something that has a little bit of a larger pad. So we're going to do some component-based work here, or pretend that we are. And a speaker is always something kind of good to start with, to just kind of get a baseline of how good the tool is operating. The pads on a speaker are typically a little bit larger than your standard component base, but what it does for us, it tells us if the iron is getting hot enough, but it also tells us if this pad is going to heat sink all of our heat away and if the pin can actually keep up. So let's go ahead and remove the wires on the speaker. I'm going to touch the pin. I had no problem melting it, that's for sure. And the wire just kind of fell right off. It didn't have any problem heating that particular pad. I'm going to add a little bit of solder to these pads and we'll reattach the wire and see if it can keep up. So I'm adding a little bit of solder to the pad. That looks nice. We'll add a little bit of solder to this pad. And that looks nice. And our iron is set to 630 degrees. I am assuming these are lead-free soldering connections. Now let's go ahead and attach our wires. Now our wires are already pre-tinted because, well, we just removed them. And I'm going to let things cool down. And again, that iron had no problem keeping up with that pad. It was able to melt the solder and it solidified and we're good. That connection is fine. So let's go ahead and do another wire. And again, this particular wire is already pre-tinted because, well, we did just pull it out. And yeah, it did okay. It does fine on relatively large pads like a speaker. And now we're going to get just a little bit crazy here. This is some 10 gauge wire, and this is not something you would use this tool with. It's a little bit too big for this particular iron. However, for kicks and giggles, we're going to try to see if we can wick some solder, if we can get it hot enough. Now I do have the tool set to its highest temperature, and its highest temperature is 840 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's go ahead and see if we can't get this to wick some solder. Now I'm giving it every fighting chance I can give it by starting some of the solder over here to the side. And yes, it's actually doing it. I'm surprised. It's a lot of metal. There's a lot of heat sinking going on, but it is doing the job. It is wicking into the wire. And we are actually pulling it off. And again, this tool should not be doing this because this is a lot for this little tool. So what are my final thoughts of this particular soldering pen? Well, you know what? I'm actually really impressed. Well, I took electronics many moons ago. We did have an iron in our lab that was battery powered. But that was many years ago, pre-lithium, and quite frankly, it did not work all that well. For doing component level work, the soldering pen would be awesome. The selection of tips they give you is fantastic. As you can see, they have one that is extremely small, and the heater in that tip is capable of keeping up along with the components in the pen itself. Now, we did try to abuse it and solder some bigger wire, but you know what? It did it. I love the fact that the battery is replaceable and it's just a standard battery. I think it's a fantastic tool, and I will put a link down below in case you're interested. If you like these types of videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. Take a look at some of my other videos. At the very least, you might be entertained.